Well, we're back here this morning, and we're gonna start taking the cab off this. I'm just ripping off a Band-Aid, to be honest. First thing we gotta do is probably get those braces unhooked from the air cleaner pipe and muffler. We'll have to short the air cleaner pipe as a just extension in it right there, so we'll just take that out and put the pre-cleaner down here. We'll cut this guy off shorter too, because it's pretty ridiculous right now. And then there's no bolts along the front seam here to hold it down. There's a clamp right there in the cab, but there's bolts all along here to bolt it down to the fender on both sides. And then there are some bolts there. There's that clamp up there in the front. We got to get a bolt there. So yeah, we got a few bolts to pull, not too hard. And actually, how we're gonna take this off of here is this back door assembly piece. This and this are just held on by a few bolts here around the edge. We'll take this whole door assembly off. I'll just bring my loader tractor in here with bale forks on it, lift up. That's pretty much it. Pretty anticlimactic sort of deal, I hope. This cab's actually pretty nice. I'm going to take the sunshades off of it once it's down on the ground and save them to put on my 806 standard that's on 23-130 rubber, because they look pretty cool. I really like the Western look and I really like the sunshades, so we'll just put them on one of my tractors. Not sure if I'll put that front one on. It's a little excessive. I might. Looks like there's birds. Hard to see, but it's a bird nest up in there. So yeah, we'll start doing that, and then I might go get filters for this girl, get it all serviced up, and need to look around and shop for a set of bigger rims and bigger front tires, because the little ones I really hate, and they just barely track with the rear tires, and you can't really bring the rears in a lot because of wheel weights. So yeah, we'll get some 1016s or something on the front of this, or even 950 16s. I think those are just 760s, aren't they? Yeah, 750 18s. So they're not very wide, so we don't have to go much bigger to look bigger. So we'll do that. It's kind of unfortunate this is stoved in, but what are you gonna do? Then we'll probably go power wash this thing down really, really good. Get it cleaned up nice, and then we will get a polish wax and do some of that Vice Grip Garage paint treatment. It's kind of the plan, I think, here. It looks pretty good, though. I'm pretty pleased. We'll have to undo a little bit of wiring in the cab, I believe. Won't be too much, because I think it's just one main power wire coming off the battery. Yeah. Comes up through the floor right there, so we'll have to delete on that guy. That's pretty much it. Bolt there, clamp there. We'll just have to look around this thing, make sure we get everything undone, and get her up out of here. Well, I got the door dropped off. Hey, Jim. That wasn't any big deal. So now it's a big gaping hole here. So I think we just got a bolt there, one up on the front, one here, and one up on the front. We cut one wire, and I'm gonna drive this thing out of the shop and take the loader and lift it up, I think. Well, I pulled it back outside. I took the air cleaner extension off, and I took my portable bandsaw and cut the muffler down to what I thought was a good height. There was a seam in the exhaust pipe right there that somebody had welded on for some reason, so I don't know, but that's where I'm gonna cut it off. I can always get a new pipe pretty easy. But we're all unbolted and ready to lift off. I'll go grab a loader tractor and we'll pull this sucker off. And it's just that easy. Cab's off. Looks a hell of a lot better. I love that the dust shields here are still intact. Those are one of my favorite parts of the standard tractors. Really, the cab didn't rub horrible. It rubbed a thin spot there. But a lot of this here will clean up pretty nice. That side too. We'll do our best to blend it in. But dang, that looks good. If anybody needs an egging cab without the sunshades, those are available. Yeah, I'm pleased. We'll go run her up and down the road real quick, even though it's like 24 degrees outside. Oh, you can hear the whistle now. Yay. You couldn't hear it inside the cab at all. Still need to adjust that clutch out. Otherwise, this thing needs a clutch. And yeah, that's not good. Dang, that's a lot better. Yeah, that pipe's about the perfect pipe there. I'll find a factory pre-cleaner cap to put on there, and yeah, that's it. So we'll back this back in the shop and continue working. Well, back here in the shop, and I dropped the air filter to see what style I needed, because I know there's some differences on 4020s. And yeah, that air filter is pretty old, but that's, unfortunately, I don't know what it is with these old guys, but they don't change air filters ever. So I think I can get a new air filter, fuel filters, oil filter, turbo oil filter. I already shortened. Well, I cut that guy off with my bandsaw, but that guy just had an extension on it, so I just got to put the pre-cleaner top back on and get a new aspirator tube to run up to that. Since it is a turbo tractor, you kind of want the aspirator to suck the dirt out of the turbo or out of the air filter, keep it as clean as possible. But yeah, looks a heck of a lot better without that cab on there, don't you think, Jim? No opinions? Okay, but yeah, looks a heck of a lot better. Factory dust shields are still intact, which is awesome. I don't know. Need to clean, probably take the old floor mat out. Looks like somebody made a mess checking hydraulic oil, which isn't uncommon. Looks like might have had an old leak there. But need to clean this girl up pretty good. There is a definite transition line here where the cab was in the paint, and it wore right there. And then of course there's a few extra holes. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. But I took a hand wipe, one of the little kind of abrasive hand wipes, and just kind of scrubbed on the fender for a minute. And I'd say we can get that paint polished up and get the transition cleaned up. So there's still gonna be a line there where the cab's at, but we can get her shining pretty good, I bet. Obviously the hood's gonna have some patina, but this is how she goes. But yeah, you can see a lot better in here without this cab on there anymore. The ammeter gauge and the oil pressure gauge obviously aren't factory original and have been replaced at some point in time. Everything else here looks pretty original. Gauge reads 5,400 hours. I don't know if that's original, but it could be. It really could be, looking at this thing. I mean, the pedals aren't completely shot, like it's a really, really high hour tractor. Steering wheel's a little cracked, you know. Knobs aren't worn off or anything funny like that. Shifter's pretty good looking, but you can clean up good. A lot of the decals here are still in place, which is awesome. The lights, the front lights do work. Those guys, let me turn that dial back one. The front lights work and the dash light is working, but I don't have flasher in my rear light there. Doesn't work. So, yeah, she's looking pretty good though. So, I'll go get some filters. And I need to get a new pad for my polisher. I might hand polish this one because the paint's gonna be a little thin. I can get some rags and stuff anyway, and we'll start in cleaning this guy up. Well guys, we're back in the shop this morning. As you can see, it's a little shinier. Amelia and I, she's right there, we've already changed the oil on this girl, or engine oil, changed the hydraulic filter. Hydraulic oil that came out was really clean from the filter, so I'm not real worried about that sort of things. But we've been scuffing on this a little bit. Just light sand, with real fine stuff, scuffing it. And then we're gonna come back and do Vice Grip Garage clear coat treatment on it. I've done it on my 1206 before, and I love the way it came out. And I really hate painting tractors. I mean, I don't paint tractors. So you can see a few scratch marks and waves in that, but mostly from the light sand. But that Vice Grip Garage clear coat will take that out, especially put on a few coats. You won't even know. She's been having a good time this morning helping me out. We did the fenders already. This is just character. You can hear how smooth that is. I mean, it's not scratchy at all. Still really nice, smooth. We did this side of the tractor already here too. You can see the difference between that panel and that. It's quite a difference. Quite a difference. And we'll clean up all the cast you see as best as possible. Amelia, what are you doing? As best as possible as well. And the dust shields. There's a lot of sheet metal on this thing. But this is the other side of the tractor. We haven't touched it yet. So we got a ways to go here. But she's looking a lot better. I mean, excuse me, Amelia. But as you can see, you climb up here, left versus right, she's come a long way, and it's gonna get further. So we're gonna keep getting this guy all cleaned up. The top of that fender looks pretty good. Was able to get this to blend pretty nice too. So we might come back with a fine light polish to take out some of the swirls I left in it after lunch. But it's looking pretty good. One of the better, I've done this a few times, keep getting better at it as I go. So, but actually after lunch I'm gonna pull it out and power wash this. It was a little cold this morning to do that. We're gonna pull it out and power wash all the oil off this thing and keep progressing with this polish job, hopefully. Should turn out pretty good, I think. Pretty cool. Well, I've been scrubbing on this thing some more and waxing it or polishing it. Done 2 different stages of polish so far. We've got her pretty good. It's getting to be a mirror finish. I mean, you can see yourself in it now at least. It's not perfect. It's got some swirls and stuff in it. But this paint isn't perfect. I mean, the original paint on these tractors is not perfect. I mean, you can see blobs like right there and right there. I'm not really sure what this white paint is. Must have been near somebody painting something once because it's just stuck on there all over this tractor, unfortunately. Nothing I can do about that, but like, yeah, the original paint job, not that great, but she's getting pretty shiny. So we're gonna keep going here. We'll get her cleaned up pretty shortly, but that's left versus right. We've come a long way. We'll just keep right on going here. I've been doing more polishing. We got that to blend really nice. I mean, there's still gonna be a line there where the cab was, but you'll never win. You can see a lot of the original resistance welds in the fenders, which is kind of cool. But these fenders came out good. A few extra holes. That white paint, drive me nuts. But yeah, pretty much done. That's your dividing line between, I'm done with all the polishing passes, I guess, except for the hood and that side of the tractor, because I wanted to do a comparison. But she's looking pretty darn good. Dust shield's nice and shiny. I mean, I don't know what to do with that. We might just leave it the hell alone. You can buy those reproduction decals, but I don't know. That's touchy for me. But we're gonna peel this off. And then we'll crawl back up on the tractor and see the difference. See what it looks like. Oh my gosh, get off my hand. Yeah, I'd say there's a little difference. We're gonna finish the other side here. I'm gonna pull this thing out, soak it down in degreaser, wash it down as good as I can for being 40 degrees out and windy. And we'll pull it back in here and wipe it down good. Probably take some denatured alcohol or rag with gas on it or acetone to this thing and get all the extra residue off, and then do the vice grip garage clear coat pass. So looking pretty stellar, to be honest. I pulled out here in the sun, man, does it look better. I mean, worlds better. The white paint that somebody got on it still driving me nuts. Don't know what to do about that. But that's a hell of a lot shinier tractor. We're gonna power wash the hell out of this thing, get all the oil and grease off the cast parts, and get her cleaned up and pull it back in, get it warmed back up and dried off, and maybe tomorrow or Monday I will get the vice grip garage clear coat treatment done on it. We'll see how it turns out, get this paint preserved. Well, it's all washed up. Probably gonna have to wash one more time. I would guarantee I'll wash one more time, just because you never get all of it. Like, there's just crap that always falls off. And this inside of the floor and stuff like that, they had a floor mat glued in, or the floor mat's really stuck down. So I have to scrub on this a little more later on, but we're gonna put her back away in the shop, and I'm gonna wipe down all the sheet metal so don't get hard water stains on it. And yeah, but that's looking pretty good. Looks a lot better than when it rolled off the trailer here the other day. So we're succeeding, that is for sure. So we'll get it back inside. Well, I just wrapped up the clear coat pass. I prepped the surface ahead of time. Just cleaned it with some acetone, got all the little residue off of it, wiped it all down really good. Then you just put this shine juice stuff, vice grip garage, on a towel. I mean, you just wipe it on one pat. You just do a pass at a time and try not to overlap. And it looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with how this deal turned out. So we're winning, I think. I mean, I can see the lights in it. That's pretty good. Don't see much swirl or anything like that in it anymore. Can pretty much see the reflection of the shells behind me now. So I think we're pretty good here. Yeah. Need to go through, once this dries, probably tomorrow. We're supposed to get a blizzard starting tomorrow, so I'll be in here pretty much all day tomorrow. And clean, take steel wool and rub down cast stains and stuff like that. Try to get that shined up some and cleaned up some. And then, yeah, should be pretty good. Still waiting on fuel filters and an air filter. Need to, and for front rims to get here so I can get some 10-116s on the front. Haven't decided if we're going 3 rib or 4 rib, but yeah, we're gonna get the stance bigger because this doesn't do it for me. Just not wide enough. So we'll work on that. She's looking pretty darn good for what it was to start with. Well, we had a little bit of a blizzard yesterday. There's some pretty good drifts. Got my 4-wheeler with the blade on it stuck in my driveway a couple times trying to clear that, but doing my parents' driveway now with my little skid steer. It's an International 4125 single arm skid loader. It's got an Onan 2-cylinder, and it's a hell of a good little snow pusher for what it is. It pushes a lot better. I had a couple little Bobcats before this guy. This little thing will shove, so. But we're trying to get all this cleared up. As you can see, that's pretty good drift over there next to my parents' house, but we're gonna get this cleared. I got a neighbor lady's driveway to clear over here, and then probably go feed cattle. So we're gonna keep this up for a little while. Well, I got no moving snow after the blizzard. Nothing too bad. I mean, I think we had around 6 inches of snow. I stuck a tape measure in the ground out here at the farm. Behind the windbreak is about 6 inches, but I've also seen snow drifts that are this tall, and I'm 6'4", so, I mean, it blew pretty good. But I'm doing stuff out of order again. I decided to pull the hood off this 4020 and fix some dents. Before we get to that, just come look and see how tidy this thing is underneath here. Really pretty darn clean. No major leaks. Valve cover looks like it needs a gasket. Not gonna get too worried about that. But yeah, might have one turbo drain hose there leaking. That's not too big of a deal. Pretty tidy for a 67 4020. I mean, really. Might have a oil cooler line there seeping a little, but pretty darn clean. No complaints here. I yesterday sat in here and took the fine steel wool again to all this cast on the motor. Got it shined up pretty good, and I cleaned the screens as well. She's looking pretty good. That Vice Grip Garage clear coat really cured good. You can see me in it, so that's really good. I mean, that was the goal, just to kind of preserve the patina of this tractor. I'm a big patina guy. I hate painting things. Absolutely hate painting things. I'm not a painter. I'm a preserver. It took a lot of years to look this good, but she's looking pretty good. But we're gonna come over here. I don't know. These tractors, they just get stoved into things over the years, trees, fence posts, whatever. So we're gonna take some patience. I got some hammer set there, hammer and dolly set. Just see if we can smooth this out some. I'm not a professional. Didn't go to school for this. I actually went to school for engineering. Side note. Don't even use any of that on a daily basis, but got a dent there I'd like to take out. Try to clean up the front of this. See if I can make this a little prettier, presentable. This tractor's actually, I think, sold already to a buddy of mine. So, and I try to take pretty good care of him because he's a repeat customer. Great guy. Love it when he buys my tractors because generally he gets good ones. And that way I don't lose track of them. But we're gonna clean this up and see how it comes out. Okay, I'm not a professional, but that looks a hell of a lot less beat the fuck in than it did before. So I'm pleased with that. That's good enough for this farmer, not a body guy, a farmer, and it looks better. So we'll get it back up on here after I try to fix those real quick. Switch. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. See how this comes out. That only took a couple minutes and looked a lot better. I took the end of my Milwaukee crescent wrench here, and it fits nicely in the grooves, and we just pried on it a little bit. Just some backwoods body work. This side here was pretty tweaked in. I took the end of a hammer and just pried out, and that looks a lot better. So we'll set the hood on now. Well, that's a hell of a lot better. It's not perfect. It's never gonna be perfect if I'm doing it, but it's a hell of a lot better because it was pretty stoved in right here and over here before. At least it looks a little bit more presentable. I could go get one of those dies from a buddy and really get that straightened out, but is it really gonna matter? I mean, seriously, it looks a hell of a lot better. The old girl's not perfect anyway. You know, it is from 1967, so it's gonna have some dents and dings. But she's looking a hell of a lot better, and because we have snow on the ground, and it's nice and sunny out now, I think we will pull this girl outside in the sun, in the snow, and get some photos. I don't have my 1016 front tires and rims yet, but the rims will be here tomorrow. Or tires, I haven't even ordered them yet. I was just gonna go to the tire shop once I got in what I wanted, but she looks a hell of a lot better. Looks a lot more presentable. So let's pull it outside and take a look. Now, I have not started this since, I don't know, Sunday? I don't know. Can't remember. We'll see how she starts today. Oh, did my ignition button quit working? Kind of acts like it did. Well, hell. Try again. Nothing. Well, we'll do it the hard way. It is in park. It is in park. Oh, I need a bolt. There's a bolt. right? It fired up right up. I mean, with a little drama. It's a pretty good running girl though. We'll let it warm up a minute. I'm gonna put a jacket on and we'll pull outside. Okay, we're running. I put a hoodie on. Should be a little warmer now. I'd say that looks pretty good. Pretty nice and shiny. I think we need to get a more sunnier spot here, but I kind of want to get a photo with it with 806 and 300 Massey Combine in the background. But damn, she looks good. Hell of a lot better than when it rolled in here. There you go. There she is out in the sun. I pulled it out here in the cornfield with the cows, because why not? What the hell? Cows make a good addition to a photo shoot. So, looking pretty darn good. So, I don't know how it gets much better than that, really, for original paint 4020. Need to clean the floor pan some more still. And you got to set the side panels. Go right here. And on the other side, a nice set. I'd sure be interested for this drill. Any 4020 standard or row crop takes the same side panel. So, let me know. So I guess you have a good afternoon and you have a good afternoon, and we're gonna take that back to the shop. But it's looking good. I mean, real good. So we got some good photos of it. It's not perfect. I still need to adjust the clutch. I forgot about that. Still waiting on 2 or 3 filters that were supposed to be here today, but got delayed in the old blizzard. Because all the roads were closed in southern Kansas and southwest Kansas, and even clear up to Norton, 10 miles west of here, so things didn't get here. But we're going to take this thing back to the shop now, and I don't know, I got a trike to put together for a 2-year-old, so probably better get on that. Don't forget to shut the gate. Nobody wants cows out. Well, you can hear it sparking on the ground, so we know that's hot at least. Damn, that looks good. And I'm a red guy, but green tractors make me money usually, so I'm not really complaining. And this wasn't the project I was planning on, but here we are. Well, we'll see you in the shop. Well, that's back in here. Now for something important. Put this together for my daughter Amelia. She is big enough she needs something to ride around out here in the shop with me now, or something to distract her when she's out here with me. And our old custom cutter, Cynthia Skimper, John Deere people, so it's a kid's trike. It's okay that it's green. Gave us this one. We were expecting Amelia, so we're gonna put this together, and she'll have something to scoot around in the shop with me. Hopefully she doesn't hit that. If she hits that, it's not gonna hurt anything, or that, or that. Thought I'd have some fun while we had some snow on the ground here, and pretty much zero chance any of my snowmobiles want to start. But I know this will run. We bought it this summer. It's an ARGO 6x6. It's got a Kohler V-twin in it, I think. And when we bought it, it came with a set of tracks. But I'm not sure I've actually ever been on the machine before. So we're going to mount the tracks on this girl and find out if it floats on top of snow. I drove it through the snow a little bit yesterday and just kind of plows through it like a four-wheeler or anything else. But I'm hoping those increase the footprint enough that it kind of floats on top, that maybe we can use it some this winter if it continues to snow and kind of play with it. It's a pretty fun little thing. I drove it in our farm pond this summer and it got around pretty good in that. It was slow, but it moved around. So we're gonna put those on. I got filters for this girl this morning. So we're gonna do a few fun things. And I still need to assemble Amelia's trike. So we'll get to that. Well, I went and grabbed these other tires. We'll get some air, put them in them here in a minute. But let's grab this. Just stand it up next to one of those. And yeah, there's a bit of a difference. They're actually the same size, I think. I saw 22 11-8 on these girls. And then the old tires are 22 by 10-8. Okay, there you go. They're an inch narrower, so that makes a hell of a difference. So we'll get those dropped in and on here and on there, and hopefully those hold some air. I got my little air compressor in here to air them up. Shouldn't take much. They're pretty, 1-2 psi is going to be plenty in those, I think. Well, I got the track on this side. It was a little bit of a fight, but we got there. Ended up setting it on the ground and putting a pry bar in the center hole of the rim and prying it over, and it just popped right in finally. So we'll do the other side now. Whew, I'm winded a little. Well, I brought her out here. Just realized my left-hand brake isn't working, so I can only turn to the right, so that's nice. So I'll take it back to the shop and fix that in a minute. We pulled out here. This snow here is about a foot deep, and we only sank in about 4, 5, 6 inches. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go try a little bit deeper stuff, but it's dragging the bottom a little bit, but I think it's got some snow potential for sure. I haven't even put it in high gear yet, because I'm not sure how fast these tracks are rated for. So that's pretty fun. We're gonna pull down the road here where the snow's a little deeper in the ditch and try some more. Don't want to get too far from the farm in case I have to pull it out with a pickup or tractor. So we're gonna play some more. Well, right through here, the snow should be about a foot deep over there and like 3 foot over here. And we're not struggling at all. Just banging ditches. Woo! is chilly though. We'll stop here. Hop out. Oh yeah, that's a full foot deep right there. Only just barely settled in. Kind of fun. Probably gonna put the cover back over the motor. Kind of forgot about doing that, but dang, this thing's kind of fun out here. Didn't know what to expect. But I need to go back to the shop and get my left-hand brake working. But other than that, yeah, probably just ran out of fluid or bad master cylinder caliper, honestly. We're gonna truck back to the yard now. We'll dug in the ARGO some more, and I tried to bleed the left brake caliper, which is the right hand master cylinder over here, and because it's controlled off 2 master cylinders that steer it, and no fluid comes out, so at all. Caliper doesn't move at all either. So I'm gonna believe that I've either got a bad caliper or bad master cylinder. So that's unfortunate. Tires for this were supposed to be here today. It's Wednesday. All the shutdown stuff happened Monday? Yeah, because there weren't any shipments in Tuesday because of Monday night storm. And my front wheels aren't here and delayed still. And I ordered tires for it this afternoon. So hopefully, maybe by Friday I'll have that thing together. Friday morning, hopefully. But while we wait, I'm gonna put together Amelia's trike, because that's important. Well, I got that all assembled for Amelia now. So yeah, she'll be happy to have something to scoot around out here on. And I don't know, it's supposed to snow tomorrow. 2 to 4 inches, but could be more. I think it's supposed to start snowing around 3, so we'll feed right ahead of that. And then it's supposed to get cold. Wind chills near -40 and negative just regular temperature. So it's gonna be cold coming up soon. I know Sunday night, -13 for a low with a wind chill of who the fuck knows. But the high on Sunday is -2, so it's gonna be cold. I think it's just me here this weekend. Mom and Dad are taking off to go to somewhere. So yeah, I'm happy I got my old Chevy bale bed truck that runs on gas, because it's a horrible time to run diesel, because things like to gel up when it's that cold, no matter what you're doing. So I'm happy I've got gas pickups running around in. I'll leave the diesel stuff parked, and hopefully I don't need a tractor. Good morning, guys. It is 20 degrees out this morning and the wind is howling. We are already under a wind chill advisory and probably will be until Monday at this point in time. Wind howling. It's supposed to get down to, sorry, I'm gonna turn my radio down. It's supposed to get down to in the negatives tonight, pretty much every night for the next, till Monday. But the low Sunday night and Saturday night is like -10 or -12. Maybe even Monday night too, or Monday morning. So it's gonna be pretty darn cold. So I'm running out this morning just to pull down the well house. We had some mice and rat issues in there a couple years ago, so there's a few holes that show up in that thing occasionally. got some pink insulation foam leftover scraps from when I ship signs that I sell. Put those in there. I got a little space heater with me we're going to put in there and try to keep that place warm for the next few days so I don't have to try to haul water to cows when it's -10 with a wind chill of -40. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to go get a new wiring harness for a Deweze bed controller for my 88 Chevy. The remote that came with it for the hydraulic controls doesn't work, so I just been using the switches on the headache rack to run it. I ordered a new wiring harness to switch it over to a new style remote, and we'll get that all fixed up today and tomorrow, I hope to. Well, I pulled down here to our little well house. It's really not much, and I really need to rebuild it. It's probably 50 to 60 years old. But I got a space heater in here and a heat lamp, and I shoved some foam insulation in some places where we've had some issues in the past. Right now it's about 30 degrees in here, and I've got the door open, so it should warm right up with that guy in here. I'll come back and check it later real quick, but should be good. Heat lamp, space heater, should keep everything warm. All we got to do is keep the cows drinking, and they won't drink much when it's this cold, I'll guarantee you that. We'll close this door up and run to town for parts. Woo! I got the 88 in here now. We're gonna pop, hey Jim, this cover off here and tear into the wiring harness and get the old school receiver and remote that don't work replaced with new stuff. Well, new receiver, and we work now. Heck yeah. Now I don't have to reach out the cab and try to press those buttons, so we're a hell of a lot better off now. I gotta get the receiver here bolted up in the headache rack, and then that's it. Cool. Well, that's it. We'll fire this up, fold the arms down, and call her a day, I guess. We'll just turn the remote on here. Fold her up. That's it. Shut that off, and we'll leave the pickup sitting in here so it's warm for me tomorrow if I need it. Hopefully I don't need it. But now I think we'll go to town and see if my front wheels and tires came in for the 40/20. At least my front wheels, and I can run over and get front tires put on, hopefully, maybe. Well, guys, tires aren't in yet, so still waiting. I did get rims in, but I've been playing around here, got the exhaust aspirator pipe put on between the exhaust pipe and the pre-cleaner, so that's good to knock that out. And I played around here a little bit and got all the lights working. So that's all 4 front lights on and the 2 rear work lights on. Then we come over and kick that on, and the flasher starts working. So I got everything working here. So we got all the lights, all the gauges are working, I believe, including the fuel gauge. So besides getting front tires on this thing, right, that's about it. But that's gonna be it for this one. If you got a set of side panels for a 40/20, let me know. I need a nice set to put there on this guy. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. That'll be it. Go drag something out of the weeds and get it running.